Hey guys, it's time for arithmetic. I want you to warm up with the Go Noodle video, Get Your Money Right, to help you remind you about counting money. It's something we're going to be doing for the rest of the school year, so I just want you to keep up with that every once in a while. So today for arithmetic, we are talking about subtraction with big numbers, but they have zeros in more than one place on top. So we've already talked about this where we have a zero in the ones place or just a zero in the tens place, but we've never talked about it with zeros next to each other. It can be a little bit tricky. There are a couple extra steps, but it's the same sort of process as when we borrow. So we're going to walk through that, and then you're going to be able to do it on your paper today as well. So these are subtraction problems, and we always start with our highlighter to keep our ones place straight, our tens place straight, our hundreds place straight, and you're really going to need that this time as well too. So I'm going to use my highlighter. I'm going to draw a line between my ones place and my tens place, and I'm going to circle the sign because I need to remember I'm doing subtraction. Now, we always start with the ones place no matter what. No matter if it's subtraction or addition or multiplication, whatever. We're going to start with the ones place. So 0 minus 9. I ask myself, can I do that? No, I can't take 9 away from nothing. There's nothing there. So it means I have to borrow. Can I borrow nothing from nothing? Can I borrow from nothing? No, I can't borrow from the 0, so that means I have to go next door one more door over. There's a number there, 6. Can I borrow from 6? Yes, I can. So when I borrow from 6, I cross it out. I make it one number less. So now my new number in the hundreds place is 5. Now, that helps my tens place. It does not come all the way over to the ones place. It only goes backwards one place. So that helps out my 0. It adds 10 to whatever was in the tens place. So I cross that out. 0 plus 10 is 10. So my new number in the tens place is 10. So that still hasn't helped my ones place. My ones place is still a 0. But I have a number in the tens place now, so I can go back to the tens place and borrow from it now. If I borrow from 10, I cross it out and go one number less, which would be 9. So my new number here is 9. Now I've crossed out two numbers. I need to pay close attention. My new number in the tens place is 9. I don't need to look at the 10 or the 0. I must only look at the 9. And that helps my ones place bring 10 over here. So 10 plus 0 is 10. Now I can subtract down. 10 minus 9, can I do that? Yes, 10 minus 9 is 1. And then remember, I have to look at only the 9, not the 10, not the 0. I crossed them out already. I have to look at the 9. So 9 minus 3, can I do that? Yes, 9 minus 3 is 6. Okay, then in the hundreds place, I have 5 is my new number. I'm not going to pay attention to the 6. 5 minus 4, can I do that? Yes, 5 minus 4 is 1. So 600 minus 439 equals 161. So we're still doing the same borrowing as before. It just takes one or two extra steps. You can only move numbers over one column at a time. So let's try it again with this problem over here. I'm going to start with my highlighter. And I'm going to separate my ones place, my tens place, and my hundreds place. And I'm going to circle my sign. I need to make sure I'm always doing subtraction. Remember, always subtraction. Let me fix my 4 here. It kind of disappeared. There we go. So, always, always, always start with the ones place. I have 0 minus 2. Can I take 2 away from nothing? No, I can't. So, I have to borrow. Can I borrow from nothing? No, I can't borrow if there's nothing there to take. So I must go to the hundreds place. There is a number there, 4. So I'm going to cross out 4. My new number is one number less than that, so it's 3. And that helps out my tens place. So I add 10 to whatever's here. 0 plus 10 is 10. My new number is 10. Remember, it only helps one place backwards. It cannot help all the way back to the ones place. It can only help one place backwards. So I still don't have anything in the ones place to do my problem, 0 minus 2. So I can go to the tens place. There is a number there now. I can borrow from that. So I can borrow from the 10, cross out the 10. Now it's one number less, which is 9. Then I come over here, and that adds 10 to the ones place. So I cross that out. My new number here is 0 plus 10 is 10. So my new number is 10. 10 minus 2, can I do that? Yes, 10 minus 2 is 8. Okay, then right here, I must look at the 9. Ignore the 10, I crossed it out. Ignore the 0, I crossed it out. My new number in the tens place is 9. So 9 minus 5, can I do that? Yes, 9 minus 5 is 4. And then in the hundreds place, I have 3 minus nothings here. So I can either draw in a 0 if I need to look at it, or just pretend there's a 0 there. There's nothing there. 3 minus nothing is just 3. My number still stays the same, okay? So 400 minus 52 is 348. So my tips for you, when you're doing this, use your highlighter. Make sure your lines are separated perfectly, because if you don't have your lines helping you, you're gonna get all of this writing on top all mixed up, and you need to keep it straight and in order, or you're gonna get so confused. If you would like to draw boxes for yourself, you can draw boxes for these numbers. If you want, you can draw boxes, but you're gonna need another box up here in the tens place. If you wanna draw boxes, go for it. If that's what helps you, great. The other thing I want to remind you is once you've crossed out a number and made it something new, ignore it. Do not go back to that number. You must always only look at the new number. And one more thing I want you to remember is when you're borrowing from the hundreds place, it can only go backwards to the tens place. It cannot go all the way back to the ones place. We always start any problem by calculating the ones place first. If we can't do that, then we look next door at the neighbor to borrow. If we can't borrow from there, then we look next door, and we keep looking until we find a number that we can borrow from. Then we slowly work our way back to the ones place so we can fill out that problem. It will not help you if you borrow from the hundreds place to fix the tens place and then you subtract the tens place. Just because you get that answer, you wouldn't be able to get this answer. So you must work your way back before answering the ones place first. I hope that makes sense. Let me know if you have any questions. And that's it for arithmetic. Bye.